Hey, 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 it's Nina Motivates. Hi, everybody. It is Nina Motivates, the You Can Specialist, and y'all know what time it is. It is Monday. It is 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you are listening to the You Can Show right here on ICU Radio 97.3. And I'm excited to have each and every one of you tuning in. I have another amazing guest. She's my sister, girl. Let me be a little professional first and read a little of her bio, okay? She's a devoted wife, a mom, a grandma. Listen, and she loves wearing that hat, okay? She is also she is, oh my gosh, let me explain this. Her energy, her love, her passion. Listen, she didn't even put everything in here because I'm gonna say some stuff that she don't even have in here. She works in the education system, okay? So she be dealing with the children too. So I love that about her because our children and babies and stuff, regardless of if you work with children, you gotta have a heart for them, even if you work on the administrative side, any side. So shout out to her for that. She has navigated life as a teen mom, but y'all heard me say she your wife, a mom, and a grandma. Okay, we're gonna talk about all of that during the show. While earning her bachelor's degree and building a strong, loving family, she knows firsthand the difficulty of beginning, but that don't define your future. She an example. We're gonna get into all of that. Listen, she's also the founder of Focus, coming to a neighborhood, an area, and everything near you. And we're gonna get into Focus. She's gonna tell y'all about what you can expect from Focus. Females overcoming unique situations and do a nonprofit dedicated to empowering teen moms and young women through support, guidance, and faith-based encouragement. Y'all need that, right? And you know somebody who needs that, go on and grab them. Hey, grab that teen mom that needs some encouragement. Go on ahead, Cletus. Go on, send the email, send the text message, send it out. Send this out so that everybody can get what they need. Because I'm introducing to some and presenting to others my good sister Felice. Hey, look.
Hello, hello, hello.
Looking beautiful as usual.
And you too, girl.
So I read your bio. Bios are beautiful, but I love for people to tell the audience who they are in their own words.
First and foremost, I like to say that I am a mom and I love being a mom. Even though my kids are adults, I am still their mom. I am a wife. I love my husband. We have been together 26 years. Well, we've been married 26 years. We've been together like 33 years.
Yes.
Um, I'm a grandmother. I love my babies. They know to call Gigi. Call Gigi if you need Gigi. Like you said, I am in the education field. I work in the pre-K world. Love my babies. What else? What else? And I am starting up Focus. That's a passion of mine. Focus is females overcoming unique situations. So that is something that has been birthed in me, and I'm bringing it to the world soon.
And we are ready for it. It is definitely a necessity. So y'all stay tuned for Focus, okay? And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk a little bit more about what people can expect. But first, your part of your testimony is that you were a teen mom. How did be okay, let's talk about being a teen mom just overall, because there may be some young ladies listening that's like, well, I'm a teen mom, or maybe even pregnant and afraid to say something because of all of everything that the world put on them, or even their family. What was your experience?
My experience, I started out when I first found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. Terrified to tell my mom, terrified to tell anybody. So when I overcame that obstacle of letting my family know that I was a teen mom, I just never stopped. No one in my family, I mean, I felt ashamed because that's the first thing you feel. You do feel ashamed. You're a teen mom. You're like, my life is over. I'm going to have to drop out of school, all the things. Well, my mom said, no, you're going to keep going to school. And nobody told me I couldn't. So if you know you can't, nobody tells you you can't. Nobody puts those boundaries on you. You don't even think about it. So I just kept moving, just kept grooving, kept doing what I had to do. Had the baby, stayed in school, made the honor roll, went on to college, and you just keep going. You have to learn how to overcome the stereotype that is put on teen moms. is that you're not going to amount to anything in life. It tells you that your life is totally over. You're going to have to be devoted to this child, or the statistics tell you you're not going to make it. But you can. You will make it. You will overcome those obstacles. Don't listen to the noise outside. Listen to your inner being. Connect with God. Connect with other people who have been through it. That's why I want to do Focus, because I want to let teen girls know that your life is not over. You can still make it in life, and you can still be successful. You can still find a good man, because yes, Lord, bless me with a good man. and
Yes.
and you can still move on. So I want girls to know that they're okay and they can make it.
And that's so important because a lot of times people don't think they could, or they fall into different, excuses or get in their head. How did you? I remember, okay, so my sister, I don't even know if I told you this before. My sister, Taisha, had got pregnant at 14, and she's like so I'm the baby, then there's Felicia, then there's Taisha. So Taisha got pregnant at 14. Felicia got pregnant at 15. So by the time I was 16, oh, my mama had all balls and chains on me. Like, watch, I'm like, I'm too busy trying to prove to the world that I can do whatever I want to do. I don't even got time for the boys like that. But so I know I lived in a house with two sisters who were teen moms. And my mom did the same thing. Oh no, y'all going to school, but then after they got out of school, they had to come home, take care of their babies and things like that. But
Exactly.
because I was young, I don't know, I don't remember how they actually told or got the courage to tell the family and my parents and stuff. What was that like for you, for that young lady who may say, I'm going through something and this is something rough, whether it's an abusive relationship or finding out she's pregnant and she needs to talk to her family and open up? What advice would you give her? What gave you that courage?
I chickened out. I had my best friend call my mom and tell my mom. I
Okay.
pretended like I was taking a bath, and I stayed in the bathroom until I heard the phone ring. And my best friend told my mom for me, because I was
Okay.
terrified. I had no idea how to come to my mom and tell her that I was pregnant. And then by the time I came out the bathroom, my mom had already called my sister Wendy and told her. So she was already on her way over, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So it was a difficult day for me. That was challenging,
It
but
was
I
fun.
would say that I think it's important for moms to be open with their daughters. I'm very
Yes.
open with my daughter. We have a great relationship. We have always talked. I've always had that door open where she felt comfortable with coming to me with anything.
Yes.
So she's never been ashamed to come and tell me anything. She can tell me whatever, and there's never any judgment. The door's always open. So with my mom, not that she had the door closed, I just didn't feel comfortable. I was, like I said, I was terrified. So that's how I overcame it. I had a friend who called my mom, and from
And it's
there
so,
we navigated it as a family and figured out what we were going to do from there.
I forgot to ask, how old were you?
16.
You were 16. And that's
Yeah.
interesting because I remember having a friend, I believe she was 18 or 19, and we were in college. She was at the community college and I was at the university. And when she found out she was pregnant, and her mom found the pregnancy test, and so she was like, I don't know what to tell her. Her mom was like, well, we going to the doctor. So me, her, and her mom went to the doctor together. And before we went in the room, I kind of did the same thing for her. Like, okay, we got to tell your mama. Like, we can't go in the doctor's room knowing that, she finna find out anyway. So tell
Mm-hmm.
her before the doctor tells her. So it's good to have those friends to, talk and help you out. So that's a good thing. So, and you said something very pivotal to the parents, like building that bond and that relationship with your child so
Yeah.
that they can know that they could come and talk to you about anything,
Yeah.
and that door is open and stuff. So that was some tea right there. That was some tea right there. Um, your story is not typical, and I love it because you talked about the stereotypes that people put on you or what they make you try to think or believe your life is over and all of those things. And here we push you can. And your life is a testimony of you can. Successful marriage, successful with your children, life with your children and life with your grandchildren, and you're a professional woman. You were able to go to college and do all the things you need to do. So you are a living testimony that you not only can make it, but you can not just survive, but thrive, no
Yes.
matter what you have faced. So let's talk about that, like just your push and your drive and just getting there. And a lot of times you hear people say, oh, you having a baby young, you ain't never gonna get married and nobody, but come on through. And did y'all hear her say she's been married for 26 years, okay? Successfully to the same man, okay? And
Yes.
so, yeah, I mean, I'm not telling y'all, oh, they had a perfect marriage, because we all know, because people be like, what you trying to say? We all know that everybody goes through their ins and out, because if you human, y'all, and you two becoming one, that's a whole nother show. That's a
Yes.
whole nother show. And we ain't here for that. We're here for this. So, but help us navigate through that. How did that relationship build and things like that? How did you get to keep away from those type of things, or just I'm gonna let you just talk.
Well, first of all, I call it thriving beyond your circumstances.
Okay.
So I I had this circumstance. I was in this situation. What am I going to do? Am I going to just sit over here and mope around and follow the statistics that tell me that first of all they say most majority of the time you have another baby, and the second thing is that you're not going to amount to anything. So I just calmed that noise. I was in the church. I still went to church. I don't know. I just was never told I couldn't. So if you don't know you can't, you keep going. So that's what I did. I just really kept going. And I just knew I had to make something of myself in order to make the life of my child good. And I made sure she had everything she needed. Sometimes my hair wasn't done, but her hair was done. Sometimes I didn't have a new outfit, but she was always, dressed to impress.
Yes.
So I just knew that that's the kind of mom I wanted to be. I wanted my child to be successful. And in order for her to be successful, I knew I had to do it. I wanted to be an example to her, to show her that you can make it and you can still do it. And when I met my husband and he signed on to helping me raise her, she was 2 when we met.
Wow.
So for him to come on board, I was like, I got a little girl, right? Okay,
Mhm.
so we dated, and I was like, okay, so I'm a package deal. That's the first thing you need to let the man know. I'm a
Yes.
package deal. You are not going to date me, and my daughter is not going to be involved. We are not going to be out here gallivanting in the street and she's at home with a babysitter or something. That's another thing. My mother did not babysit. She did not. So I was always on board with my daughter. 99% of the time I had her, because at first I did not have babysitters. I didn't get babysitters until she was probably like 5 or 6 years old. So I was always navigating that situation. So when he came on, he hopped right in. Everywhere we went, she went.
I
Everything
love
we
it.
did, she did. So it was just like I said, he was a godsend, he was a blessing. And God just continued to show me, open doors for me when I thought that I wasn't going to make it, or I just prayed and God would open a door. Was it always easy? No. Sometimes there was challenges and it was hardships, and trying to work and go to school and have a daughter and still have a relationship with friends and family. It was a challenge, but you can do it. It can
Yes.
be done.
And I love the fact that you had people telling you what you could not, you didn't have anybody telling you you couldn't. And in today's world, I think young ladies get told that they couldn't a lot more than that. So what I love you said was like, I didn't have no limits. And so
Right.
young ladies, listen up. You don't have limits. Now, we're not sitting here telling you to go out there. Okay, we talk to the young ladies who have gotten themselves into something. Okay, we're
Right.
not sitting here encouraging you to go and, well, if I have a baby, my story could be like hers, or this and that. No, if you have not gone down that road, we are telling you finish school, save yourself, do all you can do, keep your pants and zipped up. But for those who
Yes.
have, and for those who have gotten themselves into something, I talk to a lot of youth, and I remember a young lady coming to me, and she was just like, I got in this situation, and I don't know what to do, and I haven't told my parents, and young ladies need to know you can talk to somebody. You need to talk to somebody. You don't need to deal with things alone. You need
Right.
to have that safe space in place. And you need to know that you can. You need to know that your life is not ending because you made some difficult or different choices than others, or you got to know that there is still so much life for you, so much you can do. You hear a testimony right here. Even my sister that I mentioned that was a 14-year-old when she had a baby, she's a paralegal. My sister that was 15 years old, she's a nurse. So you absolutely can. There go three examples of you for you that you can overcome. You can be successful. You can have a wonderful marriage. You can have successful relationships with your children. Another thing that I love that you said was you knew what you wanted for your children. You knew you wanted her to see something different. And so it's about that mindset too, putting yourself in that mindset of, okay, I have to show them what they can do and push
Mhm.
and pull them into that. And so, I think that is absolutely amazing. And I definitely commend you for all that you do and
Thank
how
you.
you're doing it. And I feel like we're going fast. So let me slow up. Let me slow up.
But you
I do
said
want
something.
us,
You were talking about the girls who have not
yeah,
gotten themselves in that situation, and that's important because it's not easy. Right now, you see the successful. You see where I am now, but you did not see the struggles I went through. Sometimes, yes, when she was up in the middle of the night crying all night long because she had an ear infection. And of course, back then we didn't have Zoom calls and stuff where I could call the doctor in the middle of the night.
yeah,
I had to stay up with this baby crying all night, and then I had to get up and go to school the next day. So there was struggles. There are hardships. There were days I did, like I said, my mother did not babysit. So I wasn't able to go out and hang out with my friends after school. I had to come home and take care of a baby. So it's hard. You miss out on a lot. But like I said, I navigated that situation. But if you don't have to, I wouldn't recommend it. But for the
right.
ones who are in it, I would love to support and guide you and help you find the tools and resources you need to navigate this situation. But if you don't have to, don't let some guy tell you, oh, let's do this while we young and get it out. No, no.
Right.
Run real fast. But
Right.
it's not worth it if you don't have to do it. I was already in the situation, so I made the decision to, do what I had to do to make it work. But if you don't have to, it's hard. It is hard.
So y'all hear that? Y'all hear both sides, okay? We're telling you, and you hear it from someone with experience because that's one thing that we know. The you like you don't even know what you're talking about. Well, she's been through it. That's why I like to have people who are experts in their field, which glides us right on into focus because you are creating this place and space for young ladies
Yes.
to provide resources, to provide the things that they need. Let's talk about focus. I'm gonna just leave right there and let you take it away.
Focus is just a space where I want to start to help teen moms believe in themselves. Just believe in themselves by offering, like I said, support, guidance, tools that they need, resources to thrive beyond their circumstances. If they need help filling out financial aid forms to go to college, let's do that. Let's figure out what we need to do that. Navigating different resources where they can go get free diapers or wipes or just formula and pumps because you might want to breastfeed. So let's find you a pump and figure out how we can get this for free without you paying for it. There are resources out there. And instead of going to 12 different places to try to find those, I would like to be that one spot that they can come to and they can find it and I can point them in the right direction. Or I can already say, hey, you know what? I can go pick it up and bring it to you. Or let me find one and I'll mail it to you. Going to speak to young women in groups, church settings, schools, they're needed because our young ladies are becoming pregnant at a rapid rate. So let's figure out ways to prevent it. And the ones who are there, let's show them that they have resources to be able to continue on and live a successful life.
I absolutely love it. So y'all gonna hear a lot about F.O.C.U.S. F.O.C.U.S is coming to a everywhere near you. Will this be will F.O.C.U.S be only in like a particular area, or it will be somewhere something where you can
It will
anybody
start
like
out, I'm based in Dallas, so it's going to start in the Dallas Fort Worth area. But I do want to navigate because I'm from Chicago, born and raised, and that's where I raised my daughter. So I do know the in and outs of having a child in Chicago. So I will be able to reach out to Chicago and have a basis out of there as well. But eventually, I would love to be nationwide so I can help everybody in every community.
y'all hear that? So it's gonna start in Texas, but it's gonna migrate. I'm saying, look, I'm claiming Chicago is a second home already for it, since you got some folks up here. But it definitely and I had a question and here my brain is going like over there, it's over there. It didn't went over there. But you definitely have inspired and how would I'm probably putting you on the spot, so excuse me if I am. How would someone that says, "Hey, I want to keep in touch with you," do you have an email our address already for F.O.C.U.S? If not, don't worry, I can get it.
I do not, but next time we have this conversation, I will have an email address for Focus and I will have the phone number and all the things that people need to get in touch with me. Right now, if they want to get in touch with me, they can reach out to you and I will be available to talk.
So yes, you all can reach out to me, and I will put you in contact with her if you know of a young mother or anybody who could definitely utilize her services. Please, please, please reach out. And when this hits YouTube, you can always go on there. Shameless plug. Listen, y'all, if you only got caught some of this episode and you're like, oh my goodness, wait a minute, I need to go get Shanae and she needs to hear the rest of this. Don't worry. Soon as it's done on ICU Radio 97.3, you can catch the replay on my YouTube page. Go to youtube.com/Nina Motivates, and you can catch the replays there because I know this is some good stuff. And all of us know someone who either had a child as a teen or know someone who's navigating that road who can, utilize this support. And we still got about 8 more minutes. So y'all stay here, stay tuned. We're going to talk about it a little more because I just got another question for her. So, what advice would you give a parent who daughter comes to them and or even son? Because they listen, don't be
The
letting
sons
them
as
run out
well.
now. No.
Yeah.
What advice would you give a parent whose child is coming to them and saying they're expecting a baby?
Be a listening ear because they're already terrified at that point. They're already scared. They're already a little nervous about the unknown. So be a listening ear for a minute and then sit down and have a conversation. Don't just yell and scream and cry or tell them you're going to do this. Sit and talk to them and see what do you want to do? What is your thought process from here? Where do you want to go with this? Because everybody may not want to have it. So you all need to navigate that situation because everybody's situation is different. I'm not going to say, oh, everybody should have a baby. And then I'm not going to bash somebody who chooses not to have that child because that's not right either. You never know what your decision is going to be until you're in that situation. You will never know. So I would never bash somebody for choosing not to go that route. But as a parent, I say listen and see what they say, and don't put the what's the word I want to say? Don't put boundaries on them where they feel they're trapped and they have to go a certain way. Listen first. It's easier to listen.
Did you find yourself to have so a lot of times people say, well, if you do this, you had a child, when that child becomes a teenager, they're gonna have a child too. Was that part of your story?
No, my daughter was 21 when she had her first child.
Y'all hear
So
that?
she was not a teen.
Okay.
So we like to say, the chains are broken. So
Okay.
yes, she was an adult when she had her first child. So
Yeah.
I mean, but she was still a single mom, which is not something I would have wished for her. But she was a single mom and she's rocking it as well. So that's another thing, maybe down the line with focus, maybe we can focus on single moms because that's why I didn't say make it a name that's about just teen moms because it's females
I
overcoming
love
unique
it.
circumstances. So we'll eventually branch out and start talking to single moms and helping them navigate because it's hard. I've been both a teen mom, a single mom.
Yeah. So y'all see how these conversations, as we are moving into the you can space, how it is even expand. Oh yeah, see, she expanded. Focus is expanding before our eyes, and so you all are definitely gonna have to stay tuned and stay connected to learn more and more and more about focus because overcoming obstacles is just something we're gonna have to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody in the world don't have obstacles. If you human, you breathing, you're gonna have some obstacles, but we are proof that there are ways to navigate and get around the different obstacles that people have in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's also talk about this here marriage for 26 years and the husband. So how was that when, in the beginning, like I love that you were straightforward with a package deal. You didn't hide it. That's so very important. And he understood the assignment. And you said he took her on as his own. How was that whole process for you and her?
It wasn't hard. I want to say it wasn't hard. I wasn't the person who was out here dating 12 and 13 different men. So when I met him, it was, it was I want to say it was easy. It
Yeah.
was easy dating him. He was okay just coming by the house and hanging out because I couldn't go out because I didn't have a sitter. And he was okay with that. He never made me feel bad. And she took to him immediately. It took me a while to like really bring him around her. I waited for a minute before I actually brought him into her life. And when they met, it was like just a connection. And
Oh,
after we got married, like for a while, she was closer to him than she was to me
wow.
because he was the one taking her to gymnastics because I worked nights for a while. So he would take her to gymnastics practice on the weekends and, buy her clothes and shoes. And, he was just the dad. He was always dad. And I never told her, okay, you need to call him dad. One day she just started calling him dad.
Oh, I love
She
it.
just started calling him dad. So yeah, he's just, I mean, and like I said, she was two.
Yeah.
So that's the man who raised her. That's her dad. So that's what she knows. Like I said, he's just amazing and he's great. And he's always done whatever we needed to sacrifice. He's done it to get what we need for our children.
I
And my
love it.
son, I can't forget my son Ryan, who's,
Yes.
he's amazing as well. And, that's our biological child together. So, we just been doing the doggone thing. And we hit some rough patches every now and then, but we navigate through and we just keep going.
I love it. One of the things that you highlighted that I hope the young ladies that any young lady that hear this here, a man is going to show you with his
Mm-hmm.
actions that
Yes.
he's in it, that he cares, that he's there, that he's available, and all of the things. And so I love that because a lot of times, young ladies, whether they are, with child, have a child, don't have a child, we get so caught up in this personality of wanting to please people and oh I'm in love that they accept anything. And I just really want to hit the heart of young ladies to know that he should be respecting you and
Yes.
showing you in actions that you're valuable and you're worthy. I don't care what mistakes you have, what difference you have, or anything, because I know that was one of my things. In my 20s, I didn't even act like that in my teens. I wasn't, but in my 20s, it was just like, well, I need to accept this. So, no, I don't. Like, we have to
You
get out of
don't.
our own head with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I want to thank you for that. Oh my goodness, this has been so, so, so good. And of course, it's you, so I can talk to you for hours and forever. I definitely want to leave space for you to anything you want to say, any last minute words or anything, any type of you can motivational moment you want to leave with the audience.
Yes. Although I'm more than a teen mom. I want to say that first and foremost. I'm
Go
more than a
ahead.
teen mom. I am more than a wife, a mother. sister, I am just,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a beautiful woman of God. I'm a
Yeah.
nurturer. I'm a successful, supportive, you know, I'm all those things. And you are beautiful and wonderful and magnificent no matter what your circumstances are. You can overcome it. You can do the things you need to do to make it to where you want to be. Do not let anything block your path. Just stay firm in your faith and believe that you can, because you can.
And y'all heard it from her. I love that. And see, I'm gonna go into all this other stuff. But y'all heard it. You're not just your titles and the things that you do. Know who you are. Oh, and see, she just gave us the direction for next week's show. So y'all come back 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time next Monday to hear more of the power of You Can. Felice, I love you so much. I'm
Love
hugging you hard.
you.
And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to educate, inform, get us excited about focus and so much more. I love you, love you, love you.
Love
And you all,
you.
make sure y'all tune in. I didn't give y'all a Bible verse today, but we're just gonna keep on going because we know it's a kids season. So we're gonna keep with 1 Timothy 4:12. Y'all tell your kids, don't let nobody look down on you because of your age, but you show them in speech and in the way you are, and they can't do nothing but respect you. So we'll talk
Right.
more about that too. I love you all. Stay positive, stay motivated, and always remember that no matter what, you absolutely can. Until next time, thank you, Felice. Bye for now,
Bye.
y'all.